There is an incredible power that lies within each of us that hardly anyone knows about. It is the power to completely transform our lives from the inside out. This immense potential lies in our innermost being, in the very essence of our souls. At some level, we are aware that we create our realities with our thoughts, beliefs, emotions, and intentions. But are you tapping into that power consciously and deliberately? Most of us catch fleeting glimpses of it, but overlook the profound gift that dwells at our core. Just imagine what you could create if you truly mastered this power within you. The relationships, the fulfilling career, the thriving well-being. You hold the key. It has been inside you all along, waiting patiently for you to understand its miraculous nature. When you do discover how to harness this power intentionally, your life will shift in ways beyond what you can conceive of today. You will become the deliberative creator of your each and every experience instead of feeling buffeted by circumstances. Align with this power and you unlock unlimited possibilities. Deep within your being resides your brilliant true self that gazes out at the world through your eyes. Most of the time we identify with the ego, the self-image that is defined by our ever-changing thoughts, emotions, roles, and experiences. This creates the illusion that we are no more than our temporary thoughts and circumstances. Yet there is a you that exists prior to all that conditioning and identification, a spacious awareness that witnesses it all. Some call it your inner wisdom, your essence, your soul. It has been there since before you were born and will be there after your body is gone. This true. You knows only joy, creativity, love, and unlimited potential. It sees the innate goodness in all beings. There is no fear, lack, or unworthiness in this true you because it recognizes itself as whole and complete as it is. Imagine how different life would be if you lived from that space of your essential being. Any not enough stories your ego tells would melt away. You would act from inspiration instead of obligation. You would see life unfold with meaning and awe. This is your birthright. To know this truth of who you really are, to recognize your eternal wholeness and brilliance. From here, you can create from the source of all creation within you. At some point, we all get stuck in behaviors or thought patterns that undermine us. Maybe you lash out when you feel threatened, or you avoid taking risks out of fear of failure. These rigid patterns stem from hurting parts that developed early in life to protect you. Though intended to shield you as a child, these same defense mechanisms now limit your happiness and freedom. They lock you in cycles of reacting unconsciously instead of responding intentionally. The way to shift from stuck to free is by practicing deep self-love. Start by discovering those hurting parts of yourself, greeting them with compassion, and listening to understand their attempts to help. By accepting them without judgment, their intensity softens, and the negative patterns relax their grip. You create space between stimulus and response to choose more life-affirming reactions. Keep bathing those parts in patient understanding until you find the core childhood wounds that first shaped them, usually messages that you were not good enough. Then meet those wounds with kindness and nurture until they transform from draining you to fueling you. Scientific research now proves that the human brain can change and adapt itself throughout life. It is what neuroscientists call neuroplasticity. Our brains are not rigid or hardwired as long believed. That would mean we would be forever stuck based on what happened to our brains early in life. Instead, our thinking and experiences actually shape and reform the neural circuitry of our brains in an ongoing way. When neurons fire together in repeating patterns, those connections strengthen. But when neurons do not activate in their usual sequence, those pathways weaken from lack of use. This means wherever you are at in your life now, if certain areas need growth or skills need developing or habits need shifting, you actually can rewire your brain structure to transform those areas. With focused attention and intention, you prompt your brain to run new sequences that build fresh neural networks over time. In other words, you can literally change your beliefs, behaviors, capabilities, and identity by purposefully choosing experiences that fire and wire together new activations in your brain. This truth should fill you with a sense of freedom, empowerment, and hope. Your life experience is a direct result of your brain's wiring, and you actually have the power to reform that wiring every day. Each one of us has natural talents, unique perspectives, and passionate interests that form the seed of our soul's purpose. Few things feel as fulfilling and joyful as applying your innate gifts and essence toward meaningful impact. When your daily thoughts, actions, and direction align with this inner purpose, you experience miracle after miracle. Doors open, resources flow to you effortlessly. You have clarity to make inspired decisions. Challenges become growth lessons. Your health and energy increase. Loving people gravitate toward you. You are more creative and influential. All because your way of living and creating is plugged into the energetic current of why you're here on this planet to begin with. It's almost magical, yet makes perfect logical sense. Imagine an oak tree trying to blossom apples by denying its true nature as an oak. It would become sickly and fragile. But when simply being its authentic oak self, it flourishes beautifully, naturally attracting all it needs. This is you living from essence outward. Stay grounded in your inner wisdom and true nature. Observe what energizes you and where you lose track of time. Identify the change you most want to see in this world. Then take small, practical steps to translate that purpose into action. Fulfillment beyond measure will be your new normal. Once you realize that you are connected to everything and everyone through the underlying field of universal consciousness, you see how intimately you participate in the oneness of all life. In fact, you are co-creating with the universe whether you know it or not. But when creating consciously, miraculous manifestations unfold. Intentions are powerful, creative forces. Whatever thought or outcome you focus on persistently starts generating an energetic template that matches that idea. Other elements synchronistically assemble around that template to realize your intended experience. Think of it like placing an order with creation itself. Set a clear intention rooted in your highest good. Don't force someone else's will. Feel into and visualize the experience you intend to enjoy. Maintain a positive expectancy that it will come. Act only when intuitively guided. Then prepare to be amazed by the magic that transpires. The more often you do this, with an open heart, trusting the universal flow, the more celestial your whole life becomes. You develop your natural ability to co-create as it was meant to be, to serve ever greater joy. When we identify solely with our conditioned personalities and stories about ourselves, it's easy to accept the limitations and restrictions we perceive. Your capabilities become small when seen through the narrow lens of previous failings or measly expectations. Who you know yourself to be seems set and defined. Yet in any moment, you can shift to recognize the space of being that you truly are. This awareness has no limits or concept of limitation, because it preceded all conditioned identities. From this broader lens of being rather than ego, the illusion of stuckness dissolves. In this space of observing essence, you reconnect to unconditional worth beyond measure. You recognize your completeness, just as you are. You remember that all beings share this same universal source running through them. You perceive life with unlimited potential and childlike awe once again. The power within you is astounding. The potential available to you through consciously harnessing this inner creative force is unlimited. We all have access to this gift that too few utilize. Imagine what our lives and world could become if more people discovered how to masterfully direct this power with deliberate and loving intention. I hope these ideas spark inspiration and empowerment within you to align more fully with your highest self and its incredible capabilities. Please let me know in the comments what most resonates with you or additional insights you found on consciously directing our inner power. Also, let me know if you would find value in further videos exploring the practical application of the concepts introduced here. If there are enough requests, I'm happy to dive into the specifics on techniques for redirection, rewiring thought patterns, intention setting, co-creation, and the like.